What in the fuck?
Yes, I do enjoy fine art. Thank you for noticing. There's a certain raw beauty to it that modern painters often fail to recreate. I always wanted to be an artist myself, but it'll be a long time before I can call myself that. I often say that patients are my canvas, but my job is more about restoration, obviously. I look at the damaged human minds and bring them back to their former beauty. I'm sorry, I'm probably boring you.
No, it's not that. It's just... It's been a difficult couple of days. I'd really like to go home.
Of course, and go home you will. As soon as we've done this little assessment, okay? You probably know how it works. I've read in your file you used to be a nurse.
Yes, I know very well how it works.
Okay.
You want to check if I'm nuts.
Well, I wouldn't use that expression, obviously. But yes, we have to make sure you're safe and figure out how to help you. Also, as a nurse yourself, you know there's always paperwork involved. These forms won't fill themselves. Honestly, Susan, you have nothing to worry about. This is just a formality. I could tell straight away that you are not nuts.
Fine. What would you like to know? I will answer all your questions. Then I'll go home, take a long shower, and catch up on sleep.
Wonderful. Let's see then. Where do we begin?
Okay, så vi da reenactar.
She's awake, Doctor.
Oj, det är bara...
Good evening. It's good to see you awake at last. You're in the Cedar Lake Hospital. My name is Andrew. I'm one of the doctors.
Hey, Andrew.
Would you confirm your name for me, please?
Ja, det är marsön.
Susan.
Hi, Susan. I'm glad to see you're all right. You're on the ward now. Your condition is stable. I can see your brain functions just fine and there's no permanent damage of any sort. We've checked your internal organs and they're fine too. You're a very lucky lady, Susan. You might experience extreme tiredness and lethargy for a couple of days, but that should soon pass. I would advise plenty of rest now. The nurses on this ward will take it from here. Please let them know if you need anything. Take care, Susan. Yeah? Please, don't try to speak. What did you say? Don't worry, Mrs. Ashworth. Your arm is fine. No. There was nothing wrong with your arm, darling. Now calm down.
Would you like me to get you some water? Let me get you a drink. I'll be back in a second.
Kan hinta meg ut fra pillegreiene. Hvis jeg tok pillene, noen må jo ha reddet meg. Ellers så funker ikke det, eller?
I'm sorry, Susan. Did I wake you?
Okay.
I have to take your blood pressure. 2 seconds and I'm gone.
Helt
My name is Liz, by the way.
Hi, Liz.
I'm sorry. I know this isn't very nice. Believe me, I hate waking people up just for this. But being a nuisance is part of my stupid job, unfortunately. Oof, I hate this place. Tell you what, Susan. Can I call you Susan? So anyway,
like Susan,
I shouldn't say it, but you know I'm going to anyway. You are so lucky. It's crazy. You doing what you've done, and her walking in, seeing what she saw. That was a chance. 1 in a million.
What?
I'm not making any sense again, am I?
No.
I'm tired. They're working us to death here, you know. Modern day slavery. One day I'll tell them what I really think. I swear I will.
Little pent up anger
And here
there.
it is. You've got
Nice.
the blood pressure of an 18-year-old. Just wanted to say you're lucky, I think. And that I hope you've changed your mind about some things. Got to go, but I'll see you later. You take care, sweetheart, yeah?
Ok. Susi, hva tror du? Hallo, æsj, kutt det. What the fucks? Susi?
Bad dream?
Ja. Skal vi stole på henne? Skal vi kaste ut litt trust, Susi?
Yeah, a really bad one.
I knew it. I could see as soon as I came in the room that you were having a nightmare. I guess I shouldn't have woken you up. What was it about?
I was burnt alive.
Actually, it reminds me of something that happened the other day. There was
What?
this woman on the emergency unit, and she really wanted to smoke, you know? But they wouldn't let her, of course. She wasn't well at all, not just injured, but not right in the head. She was on 10 litres of oxygen through the face mask. She had to stay in bed, she was told. But she wouldn't
Fan,
listen,
litt
of course,
empatisk, du.
and as soon as they'd left, she lit up a fag. The whole room went up in flames, and so did she.
Tror du kanskje
Guess you
du
didn't
som
really want to know that, did you?
først nå må
That's
ta
just
ut-
me and my big gob.
Man må
Typical.
ta ut noen.
I never know when to shut up.
Eller skal vi liksom tørne dem?
What was your name again?
I forgot to introduce myself, didn't I?
No,
I
do
always
it,
do
please.
that. So sorry, Susan. My name is Elizabeth. But you can call me Liz, like everyone else.
You're here a lot. Every time I open my eyes, I see you.
They make auxiliaries do crazy hours here. Seriously, I feel like I've got no life sometimes. I'll be here till the morning. To be honest, I keep coming here to hide. Please don't give me away. I just want to rest my legs for 2 minutes, that's all.
What happened to me?
Well, how much do you remember?
I took some pills, and I fell asleep in the chair. I remember how the room kept spinning around me slowly. I felt so calm, and then...
Tror vi holder det for oss selv, da.
I woke up here, and I saw you. Can you now tell me who found me, and what happened?
Well, your body went into a coma. You were lucky she came home and found you. I told you that before.
What? Who found me?
Your daughter, of course.
Well,
She
I
called an
dotter.
ambulance. If it wasn't for her, you'd sure be dead now, Susan.
Susi, seriøst?
Daughter.
Yes. Why? Why'd you look so pale all of a sudden, Susan?
I don't have a daughter. Whoever she is, she lied.
But why would she do that?
How should I know? I was in a coma, apparently.
So she lied. It doesn't change the fact that you owe her your life.
I was fine. I didn't ask for any help. Sorry. How long have I been here?
I was told you arrived at the hospital at 7 in the evening. You had a cardiac arrest in the ambulance. They had to resuscitate you. Your heart stopped beating for nearly a minute, but they managed to bring you back. You went to the intensive care unit, where they gave you a dose of antidote and pumped your stomach. As soon as your condition was stable, they brought you on this ward. It's called Dime Ward.
Time War.
I call it Die Ward, because all the patients who come here want to die.
Faen, du ikke oppmuntrende,
It's a
ass.
suicide watch unit. That's why it's so strict. You have to be careful. Nurses here are trigger happy with the sedatives.
When will they let me go home?
I'm not sure. Probably not today. Maybe tomorrow.
think I gotta
Look.
take you out.
I shouldn't say that, but you seem like a nice
Elizabeth.
person. I feel like I should warn you. There's this doctor here. They call him Dr. X. He's a chief of psychiatry in this hospital. You won't be able to go home until he's talked to you, and he's really good at getting into your head. You know what I'm saying? He will ask you a lot of tricky questions. But he's a really great guy. You should trust him.
Ja, det ser ikke helt ut som at du...
Tell me something more about yourself.
Interessert i-
Me? I'm a nobody. I'm just a hard-working girl. We all have to pay our bills somehow, right? I
Ja,
rent
du er
a
sikker
room
på
not
det der,
far
altså.
from here. There are 2 other girls living in the
Så
house.
kanskje jeg kan bruke
One is an auxiliary nurse, like
til
me.
min fordel.
She's always sick.
Men det er
The other
Dr.
one
X
is a
som er
stripper.
personen som hindrer
At
meg
least I think so.
fra å komme
She's
videre.
never home at night.
Maybe she works at night, like you.
Yeah, but I don't leave for work wearing red stockings and heels, do I?
No, you're right. You're a real nurse, not some man's fantasy of one.
I used to do all that for my boyfriend. You know, dress up as a sexy nurse and all. Well,
Kult for deg.
I did it just once, really. He didn't like it that much. He didn't like me that much either. Broke up with
Too
me
bad
last
for him, Liz.
Valentine's Day. Of all the days, he chose that one, eh? He never told me
Lite
why,
felles, han.
but I don't care anymore.
Did you see this daughter of mine?
No, sorry, Susan. Apparently she came in the ambulance with you, but then she remembered something and had to go. I think someone mentioned she went in quite a hurry.
Of course she did.
Really?
She was worried I'd ask her what she was doing in my flat.
Saving your life?
Do I really have to give her a benefit of the doubt just because of that?
One would assume so. That girl is a hero. Maybe real heroes always leave before their identity is revealed.
Or she was a burglar, attempting to steal from me.
Det tror jeg ikke.
That's a possibility too. Have you got anything very precious in your flat?
Maybe.
Ok, la oss snakke litt om en Dr. X her nå.
Tell me
Liz.
more about this Dr. X.
His name is Xavier Zellman, but everyone
Xavier?
just calls him Dr.
Just-
X. He comes on the ward often,
Dr.
usually
Xavier.
late in the afternoon or in the evening. I personally really like him, but you hear all sorts of stories in a place like this, you know. I don't know what to believe anymore. All I know is he's been very friendly and supportive. Some doctors won't even say hello to you, but Dr. X usually stops and asks how I am. He knows I have some problems. He can see I'm not happy here. He actually offered me some free weekly sessions. I think I might take him up on his offer.
What are they saying about him?
Oh yeah, they say he's a big flirt. Nurses, cleaners, patients. He doesn't care, as long as they're wearing a skirt. One girl I knew, Linda, I heard they had an affair. Stupid girl. Well, she left, and I never saw her again. Now why do you think that is? Dr. X got her knocked up. They covered it up and quietly got rid of her. Probably paid her some money.
But,
I
Dr.
don't
X?
know how these things work, but it
Dr.
must have been
Six?
enough to shut her up. I bet he'll be more careful now. But I can't really say a bad word about him, personally. Well, one thing. Maybe.
Ok, her kommer den.
Don't laugh, okay? He's got a weird smell.
What do you mean?
He smells funny. I don't know. Maybe it's just bad aftershave. Or maybe it's something he eats.
Oh, thanks for the warning. I'll try not to get too close to him.
Now that I think about it, there's something else too. I'll
Yeah?
tell you this, Susan. He starts talking to you, and you just open up and tell him everything. It's very odd. I don't exactly hide things from people, but he got some really private stuff out of me.
Kanskje han
Really
er
private.
Dr.
You know what I
Xavier
mean?
fra X-Men.
Things I wouldn't tell my mother about. And we haven't even started those sessions yet. So, be prepared for that.
Will do.
Sure. But It's a bit too late for me to hide how I feel now anyway. I think I made it very clear when I swallowed those pills.
Fair enough, Susie. Ok, jeg trøtt, så jeg har lyst til å gå
I'm
og legge meg.
tired. Let me sleep now.
Selv om
Fine.
jeg har jo
I'll see you
mareritt som
again.
helt syk.
Be careful who you trust
Så
here,
det
Susan.
synes jeg
They will be
egentlig.
watching
Så
you.
det ville ha vært
How do I know you're not one of them?
You don't. But do I really look like a bad person to you?
How did you
I-
know?
I don't know. Maybe
Hvordan
not.
visste du at...
I'll see you
Them.
tonight. Remember what I said.
Jeg skal-
Dreams are just dreams. But when they turn into nightmares, it's good to have someone there to pinch your arm and wake you up. Right?
Ja. Ok, vi er tilbake her.
We'll start with a little chat about your childhood. I want you to be as honest as possible. It's important if we want to get to the bottom of your problem. Count to 10 and tell me when you're ready, Susan.
Ok. Hvordan skal vi playe her da? Nei, vi må bare ta på touch and go egentlig, altså. La oss holde litt på pinnebanken. Nei, ok, det var ikke noe.
This isn't all about whether you're nuts or not, like we said before. It's about finding what has caused how you're feeling now and creating a working solution.
Jeg er jo nysgjerrig.
In order to achieve that, I need to get to know you better. Can we talk about your childhood first? Your parents. When you're a child, your life revolves around them. What was your father like? Did you have a good relationship with him?
Starte med faren, det er jo alltid... Ok, hva... Det ser ut som at vi får velge her nå. Utifra hvordan hun hadde det. Jeg tror vi kjører den, altså. He was a good father.
No, he wasn't a good father to me. He was a cold, scary man. Had this wall around him. I could never talk to him about anything. He wouldn't understand. He'd just punish me instead. Maybe it's his fault I got some wires crossed in my head. Because he never loved me. I've always wondered what it feels like to have a loving dad.
Maybe it's not too late to fix things between you two.
It is. He's dead. Cancer. 6 years ago.
I see.
Chip, chip,
But it isn't too late for you to put things right in your heart. Have you forgiven him?
Hun har jo åpenbart ikke det.
Why would I? He doesn't deserve to be forgiven. All he did was make my life hell. He destroyed my childhood. He always made me sad. Yes, sad is the word.
It's all true, Susan. But the anger you have kept in your heart all these years isn't doing you any good. Don't you think you would be a better, stronger person if you could rise above it all? Aren't you becoming a bit like him, angry and bitter? Aren't those the things in him you hated most?
Ikke alltid
My
sånn
mind
tenker.
is already made up. I will never forgive that son of a bitch. I hope he burns in hell.
Det var
Well,
svært, da.
if you put it like that. Let's talk about your mother now. What was she like? Would you care to tell me about her?
Hvordan mor hadde det? Faen, det er vanskelige valg, ass. Jeg føler at alle de her valgene har konsekvenser med seg. Var begge foreldrene bad, eller var liksom, hadde vi sånn en yin-yang-situasjon på gang? La oss gi litt lys.
I can't complain. My mum was great. She brought me up well. Me and her, we were like best friends, like soulmates. We did everything together. She passed away 7 years ago. When Dad first got diagnosed with cancer, it was too much for her. He kept pretending he was fine, but she just couldn't take it. Her heart gave up. She died quickly. My father kept fighting it. Another 8 months of illness and intensive chemo finally beat him though. He thought he was unbeatable, but he wasn't.
Okay, I'm beginning to get a better picture. That's enough about your parents for now. Let's take 2 minutes, and we will talk about something else.
Ok.